Now then people, it's Joe or Leeds TV and it is time for your Leeds versus Fulham preview. Feels good to be back, I won't lie to you, it feels like an absolute age since I've done a video. Cardiff happened, I said we'd score 3, people laughed at me. What I didn't say, or what I didn't think, is that we would then go on to concede 3. Just a bit of a disclaimer, the reason I didn't do a Cardiff post-match, I was away on holiday, didn't get to watch the game fully, seen the highlights, never like to do it when I've done that. I want to give you a proper, accurate representation of what I seen from the game, hence no post-match. Sorry that happened, but you know, things happen and I was on holiday. You know, I was in Portugal, I was there, it was half time, we were 2-0 up, we scored 2 goals after 6-7 minutes, and I was saying to our lads, why have I brought you to Portugal? By the end of the game, I was glad. Yeah, just touching on Cardiff, obviously 3-3. I did say Lee Tomlin would be a bit of a danger man, he proved to be that. The height was an issue. The substitutions were a little bit suspect. Bringing Struick on, he didn't. I mean, there was at times where him and White were going for the same ball. It was like chalk and cheese. Leeds of new, Bielsa, Leeds of old. Do you know what I mean? For us to go 3-0 up against a pretty poor Cardiff side to then concede 3. Honestly, I won't lie, I was there on the boat, 3-1. I said to our lass, I says, they're going to get back into it. I just had that feeling. And when it went to 3-2, then they get the man sent off. You think, you know what, calm it down. No, they concede straight after. We almost won it though. It is what it is. Let's not get too downbeat about it. Yes, it gives us all a bit of reflection, a bit of time to think. Actually, we're not home and dry. A lot of people didn't think that. I do. I'm positive. I was like, yeah, we're home and dry now. But it has. Come on, reflection. We've not lost the game. We are undefeated in 11, winning 8 of them. That's huge. That's massive. So it's just the manner in which the defeat happened, I think. But that was that. Look, we're still second in the league. We're 2 points behind West Brom. We still have 10 points on third. It's still a hell of a lot, especially during a congested Christmas and New Year period. Especially when the teams chasing us are nowhere near as consistent as West Brom and Leeds. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Give West Brom first. I don't care. Just give me second and Premier League football. So that moves us on from Cardiff. Now let's have a chat about Fulham. Obviously, Fulham are next up. They have lost their last 3. Prior to that, they was on a decent run. The reason I look at them last 3 is because I look at the teams they faced and I think the decent championship opposition. So that shows me when they come up against decent opposition, they're not as strong as, say, when they're beating QPR, as when they're beating Swansea. I mean, looking at the last 3 results, they lost last time out to Brentford 1-0. They lost at Preston 2-1. And they lost at Bristol City. At home against Bristol City. Now, if a lot of you watched Sunday Night Live, I spoke about Fulham and everyone's saying it was such a huge game. It is now based on the Cardiff result. But prior to that, I've seen them being too inconsistent. And that's what's happened since Sunday Night Live. Since we had that chat, they have lost 3 on the bounce against decent championship opposition. And if I do say so myself, Leeds United are the best championship opposition. You know, they're up there. They're better than decent. Us and West Brom are the best. So it's going to be a tough test for Fulham. It will be tight. Look at them 3 games. They're all tight games. There's all 1 goal in it. They are going to prove a stern test for us. You know, they are. Let's not kid ourselves. They have so many great individuals. And you're going to hear that a lot. Individuals, all right? So many great individuals. Let's just go through them. You know, normally I have to have a proper dig around, have a look at assist makers, goal scorers. You just look at the goal scorers and you can see the level of quality players that they have. Obviously, Mitrovic, best finisher in this division for me. He shouldn't be in this division. And he's shown that with 16 goals. 16 goals this term. You've then got Tom Kearney, absolute thorn in Leeds United's side. Probably will score, bound to score, loves to score. If we remember that late goal that derailed our playoff push under Monk, a late goal. He loves it against Leeds, so he's going to be well up for this. He's going to get the rest of the Fulham lads up for it. You've got the likes of Caballero, Kamara, Knockout. They have lots of talent. We know that, okay? The main weak point for me this season, listening to podcasts, seeing Fulham, has been the defence. You know, if you look on whoscored.com, I'll tell you, the weakest at defending counter-attacks, defending attacks down the wing, defending or being able to prevent opponents from creating attacking chances, right? That there just, I read that and I just think that's prime Leeds. That's fodder for Leeds, you know? Look at our counter-attacks in the last few games. Look at the amount of chances we carve and create. This is prime fodder for Leeds United. There is going to be opportunities for them, and I just come back to it again. We have been of late, but let's continue to take our opportunities. Speaking about, you know, how poor they are at the back, they do have some decent individuals in there. Of course, they've got the likes of Alfie Mawson and Joel Bryan, who was previously at Bristol City. They're the decent players back there. It just doesn't seem to be quite working out for them. But that's the key thing for me, though, and I mentioned it, attacking options. You mentioned the decent individuals at the back. They're individuals. They're not a unit. They're not a team. They're a bit like West Brom of last year in terms of the amount of talent they have at their disposal. They're just not able to pick up consistent runs. You know, they have a manager in Scott Parker that, for me, he's not going to quite cut it. I'd be more concerned if say if Parker was gone and they brought in someone who's awesome at this level, really knows what's going down, very experienced and can get them up. We've seen it before. You know, we've seen it before with teams like this, you know. So while Scott Parker's there, I just see this inconsistency continuing. And I speak about, you know, them being a team of individuals and us being a unit. And that's what we are. And that's what will get us through this game for me. Leeds United are a unit. You know, we're unbeaten in 11. We've won 8 of them games. We are rock solid. Yes, we've gone from conceding hardly any at all to 3 in a oneer. But that's Cardiff. It's their style of play. We're always going to struggle against that. We know that. Yeah, we've seen that in the early, you know, starts of the season where we were conceding from corners. We struggle in that area, and Cardiff are just built around that. Do you know what I mean? Cardiff are built around that. It's like I said to you when we played Borough. If Borough had Pulis, I'd have been more concerned at the time. Do you know what I mean? It's that style of play that this Leeds team is always going to struggle against, in my opinion. The big thing for me as well this time around, there's a difference with this squad. You know, maybe previously I'd have looked at the Cardiff result and looked at the games coming up thinking, oh, I'm a little bit worried. Not for me. I don't see no downturn of form. There's no worries of an implode of us doing a lead. You know, I walked back into work Monday. One of the first things my mate said to me, genuinely, before I'd even entered the building, one of my mates said to me, oh, it's happening. It's happening. Leeds are falling apart after a 3-3 result. Do you know what I mean? So, but there's no worry of that for me now. You know, this team, there's a real togetherness. And I believe we've got it. This team, us as fans, it's just, we've got it this time. I genuinely believe that. You know, we've got the likes of Cooper back, Shackleton and Roberts on the horizon. Huge pluses. Let's get everyone back to full strength. I don't know what's going on with Adam Forshaw. I wish we knew. But we're almost there. And I see it being a positive result for Leeds United based on us being, you know, it's like the saying, is it, a better sum of its parts, you know. And Leeds United are just one hell of a machine, and I think we beat Fulham. Look, this contest now marks the first of 4 games in 12 days over this Christmas and New Year period. It's a huge period for Leeds United. It's what we love football for, and we couldn't have asked for really more season-defining sort of games for me. I know it's only Christmas. I know it's only January. Yeah, I get it. But if you look at these teams that we've got, obviously we're away at Fulham. We've then got Preston at home, away at Birmingham where we struggled last season, and then we have West Brom away. These 4 games, if we come out of these next 4 with a positive points haul, I'm talking 9, I'm talking 10, you know, 12, imagine 12. Genuinely, I know I'm shooting for the stars, but I'm just giving you an idea. If we can come out of these next 4 in this congested period, it really could happen, folks. I know it's only January. I might be getting carried away on myself. That's what you'll all think. Some of you might not. You might be on my vibe. But I just see these next 4 games being huge. And if we can come away with a massive points haul, then, you know, there's no stopping us. I genuinely believe that. I'm excited. It's what we love this sport for. It's what we love Leeds United for. If we weren't to get a positive result, yeah, then maybe I start to worry. But I just don't see it, and I'm going to go with a 2-1 Leeds United win. It's going to be tough, it's going to be tight, but I just think counter-attacking wise, we'll probably have too much for Fulham on the day, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 Leeds United win. Let's have it, man. It feels good to be back. I'm working Saturday, so I'll try my best to get a stream for the game. If I can't, then, like I say, post-match might be a no-go. But the boys will have you covered. 4 games in 12 days, man. Come on. It's our time. Let's have it. You know, I'm buzzing. It's Christmas. Merry Christmas as well. Merry Christmas if I don't do a video before then. We've got Sunday Night Live, so I'm sure I'll see you. But have an awesome Christmas. Enjoy the family period. Enjoy Leeds United. Enjoy it all, man. I'm rambling now. I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've missed yous. Marching on together. Leeds TV.